Hello everyone, and welcome to another session of Shadow Guardians. I am your host, Dragon, and we have most of our Shadow Guardians here. Actually, not most. I just realized that one of our players is actually missing, and our additional player that was going to be here today, unfortunately, was unable to make it due to a scheduling and work-related issue. So we will be having their introduction most likely in the next session. Just some events have been rearranged slightly for this session. This will not be a long session, ranging probably, we'll say an hour and a half to 2 hours, we'll see. But in any case, yes, we will introduce the new player, Atlas, to, or the new, I should say, Wanderer Atlas to everyone probably next session, if I imagine schedules end up lining up. So, but besides that point, yes. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started here momentarily, but before we do, of course, it always helps us if you can leave a like on the video and a comment, as it will help us in the algorithm of YouTube and such. Don't forget, of course, to to subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell, as you'll get notified for any of our videos that we post on the channel and otherwise, or any notifications for other posts and things like that happen on the channel. And of course, if you'd like to try out Dreamforge tabletop role-playing game yourself, you can do so by going to the description box below, where we have linked to all of our socials and all of our main links for things, and of which our Discord is part of, which is where we have all of our available stuff for playing the game for free, of course. Yes. Ignore, you will probably hear some Roll20 sounds in the background. One of our devs is actually working on some stuff for the playtest things regarding putting a bunch of spells into Roll20. So, because of that, you'll probably hear every now and again a poop sound from Roll20. But this will probably be a light session on rolls, but we'll see. In any case, yes. Let me just pull up one thing real quick. I do not think that is the right document. It was not. Here it is. Alright. No. Pass this. Alright. If we are ready. So, in general, for a little full recap as to what happened in the last session, the Shadow Guardians party managed to break through the main line of the Retribution's forces as part of Operation Sea Colony. They were the ones which were blocking them from getting to the refinery rig, and forcing, in lieu of that, ended up forcing a retreat from Neil and Talus's forces, along with the main force, as I said, that was a part of their group. Meanwhile, the initiative forces on the sidelines in the area around them had been also relatively successful at keeping the Retribution pinned down, as it were, for getting to the rig and joining with the forces that were there, or the Retribution forces that were still there. Before the Retribution could swing around as well and try to counterattack, all the forces in the area, including the initiative, were seemingly attacked by an unknown source of abominations, which were later to be discovered as the Water Chimera, which the party had fought several months prior during the Haiti settlement incident. This forced the Retribution and the Crimson Lotus to withdraw their forces and effectively leave the area and the party to kind of figure out the situation, as it were. The party and initiative would very quickly begin to deal with the assailants, or moreover, the initiative did, as the party was given an indication that the rig team that was set up was actually suffering heavy pressure from the new abomination threat and needed immediate assistance, as the rig's hull integrity could be potentially shaken. At this point, Gwendolyn and Macy decided to stay behind in the area to aid the forces of the initiative that were remaining, and send the rest of the party to rescue the rig's forces, while they would contend with things there. Upon reaching the rig, they had found that it had suffered some moderate damage, and a thick black smoke had whelmed around the sky and structure, with static buzzing around. Before long, the assailants, which of course were the ones that had been attacking them prior, would reveal themselves. This time, however, as opposed to the small swarms of water chimera, nearly 30-foot tall, hulking masses of water began to tear their way from the machinery as well as the brine below, and begin their assault against the party and the remaining guild forces on the rig. Where the repertoire of attacks had not relatively changed with these water chimera, their hefty size had given them quite a empowered impact that the party and certain others in the guild were not accustomed to at this point. That said, the party had also become more well-equipped since their last meeting of these creatures, spelling a swift end to the strange abomination threat, and thankfully, a relatively tame rescue of the initiative forces and even some of the retribution surrenderees remaining on the rig. Now, after Operation Sea Calling has officially completed, it has been around 4 days since then. The party has adequately debriefed and rested, having returned to the temporary initiative base, now going by the name of Fort Memorem. Everyone in the Lapsus initiative is currently getting ready for the next large-scale operation soon to be underway. Operation Reclaiming Icon, the one that has been somewhat teased for the last several weeks. This will spell the team's largest battle as of yet, as sprawling forces across Icon Fall's southern area will soon be, underway. Before, however, this originally was the intention, but originally the party was going to begin by meeting at the briefing room. That is going to annoy me. One moment. There's a fly buzzing. I am just gonna chill with a fly swatter in my hand and wait for it to land, and continue reading as that happens. Anyway, we were going to begin with the meeting of our new party member, Atlas. However, since they are not present, we're actually going to slightly skip over that and shift events around. So, I will add, at this point, the party, you have been given indication that you will be getting a new transfer. However, the time in which that transfer has been stated to be arriving has been slightly shifting around. You've not been given indication as to why, per se, but you imagine, just considering the war effort currently and things like that, getting certain safe travels and other things and people moving around is probably a logistical little bit nightmare, especially with how many operations, one after the other, you guys have been partaking in. Damn, I missed. Anyway, as it were. Yeah, so that is kind of an update for you all, in terms of, like, knowing about Atlas and such. I believe we had someone step away. Also, someone enter. Hello, Gwendolyn.
Hello.
I believe you missed the recap. I don't know how long you've been here, actually.
I heard the recap.
Okay. Let's see. I apologize. I am being annoyed. This fly is annoying the hell out of me. I hit him. I think. I don't know where it went, but I hit him. That's all that matters. Okay, my insanity has been slightly diminished until I hear it again. In which case, oh my fucking god, there's two. Why? I'm sorry. I'm losing the happy temporarily. One moment. I'm gonna pause the session real quick. Actually, this is kind of annoying me. One moment. We're back. Sorry, technical difficulties. Hopefully they stay permanently gone, but that's besides the point. In any case, as we were, yes, you are aware of Atlas's, or you aren't aware of their name. Actually, let me read what you are aware of. Let me check. Yep, so you are aware of the fact that you are getting the transfer, but you are not aware of what day or when that will be, just that you know that it should be before the next operation, and that they will be coming to meet you at some point before then. Or, yeah, before then. And, nothing about their name, however, I do believe the captain... Oh, wait, no, the captains actually do know his name. As well as... Okay, so this is information that Latricia and Apani know. His name is Atlas, and he is transferring from up north after a recent operation involving the Auroch vein. Details are sparse, but apparently it was a covert operation of some kind, which involved some non-guild related or sanctioned activities, which is why the details are probably difficult to gather. Whether
I assume that Himiko knows this from Himiko or no?
I was gonna ask, would Apani and Latricia, I guess, yes, okay, so Himiko, if they're gonna tell you, they're probably, I imagine if the moratorium is, like, not keeping it a secret for, I mean, it's not really a reason to, you're not told to, then the party is aware of that information as well. I just wanted to make sure the captains were okay with that information being shared. Yeah. That's fair. Well, this is the party now, not just the party.
And there's no secrets among siblings as well, because I know.
Yes. Oh, actually, believe it or not, Himiko has not been available for the last, like, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. You just know they took a job for something, but was not told about what the job was yet.
What that girl's taking up to, I wonder.
Yeah. But anyways, yes, so since you're not doing the necessarily, and you know that you're not meeting Atlas today, there is one seedling of information that would be probably found out circumstantially by Apani and Latricia. Honestly, arguably probably from Latricia, just because of how studious she is about certain things. One of the details about his speciality seems to be that he is a Shadow Reaver of some kind. Similar to Titus, I guess all I would say. It would be, I would say it's kind of in a rumor type of sense, like it's unconfirmed information, but suggestions from like the details that Latricia looked into for like what she could about the operation he was part of revealed that he has some abilities that match that of a Shadow Reaver, mainly the summoning some type of shadow avatar.
Right. And speaking of Shadow Reaver, how is, like, do we, like, visit, I assume that we visit Titus from now and then?
Yep, every now and again you can visit Titus. Titus is still under house arrest, so to speak, but Titus is actively, like, around. He's watched, but he's no longer just sitting in a cell, it seems. If asked, or ever, like, for the time being, if ever asked to Titus, or even just, like, to Lyshishka, she would say he's helping them with some covert operation-related things, and if you ask her for specific details, she would say... I'm trying to think of the best way how she would say it. At the moment, we're still not exactly sure what the Crimson Lotus's full plans and intentions are with the retribution. Titus has offered his assistance on possibly getting an answer to that. The details of which are difficult I cannot exactly share due to confidentiality. But I can tell you that we are making use of his, and we'll say his talents, as well as some interest of a person of interest, we'll say, that is among the Crimson Lotus, we believe.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
As I said, I cannot disclose too much As I said, I cannot disclose too much information. But I can tell you that we are in the works of something. When I have more detail, specific and concrete, I will provide you and the captains the information. She would possibly say this with like Latricia and Apani present as well. I don't know if there's anything Apani would want to say to that. Fair enough. So, in that case, unless someone else would like to say something or ask something about Titus and shenanigans, things he's up to, we can continue on. So, after this has, after the like I guess the last 4 or so days, everyone is again preparing for this operation. It is a big one. This is again the biggest operation you guys probably have seen. This dwarfs the operation for, what was it, Final Sermon that was to get Darren Preach by a significant margin. This is very close, ironically, to the shenanigans that happened at the summit in terms of like size of forces here. However, of course, this is not a situation where you have to worry about, you know, protecting a summit full of officials and an attack by, well, I mean, I guess you do have to worry about the retribution, but you're doing the attacking this time, so a little reverse of that. And yeah, that's actually where I think we're going to go ahead and accelerate to. So probably after, it's going to be probably around 3 in the afternoon. No, probably 4 in the afternoon, when you guys are all summoned for your specific segment of the operation details. Probably with a few others, but your party would be asked to go to your, effectively your war room. Or not your war room. The, actually, did they taking you? No, never mind. I'm mixing up things, because that's where you're supposed to meet Atlas. You are actually going to go to the briefing area that is in the, in Fort Memory. So, in this case, captains, of course, are required to go, but actually, they'd probably want all of you to. So, Brishk, Balin, oh! Right. Balin. So, it's been about 4 days, so...
Yeah.
For people that have not been paying attention as much, and for some that already know, Balin has a little bit... She seems like she's a little bit rounder than before.
Can I make a mood check?
Roll me a medical check if you'd like. Gwendolyn, if you would like to as well, you may do so, since you are a medical expert.
Remember the first time I rolled,
I didn't know it was there.
What was that, Gwendolyn?
I didn't know it was there.
Did you not hear me talk about the entire team being present for this?
Yeah, but normally I wouldn't be there.
This entire team includes Gwendolyn.
Uh,
You're not getting out of this. You're coming.
This is par for the course for Gren. Don't
Yes.
worry. Not for yes, medical check. Let me just check.
Yes.
Not bad. Out of 10.
Damn. What about Emiko?
Yeah, hold on. My sheet is running slow, like molasses.
With a 10.
No, go ahead.
What was it?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that. Gwendolyn, you think that she just might be packing on a few extra pounds. Maybe she's just been eating a lot more. I mean, her being more of like now of a full-time pilot / engineer probably does require a bit more calories. So.
Wait, who's gotten fat?
Balin.
Balin?
Yeah, she seems like she's packing on a few pounds. She's a bit rounder.
Is it a she?
Yes.
Yes.
So, fuck. But I mean, I would do that as a player, but fuck, I don't know how to.
What would Gwendolyn say to noticing this? This is as you guys are walking on your way, probably out of your ship, to the briefing area on the floor. The people are starting to notice.
You know what? Fuck it, why not? Just because everything seems calm. Time to put everybody in a panic. Oh, she's pregnant.
Emiko,
she's pregnant.
with a 12. You also notice that Balin is definitely a bit rounder. But there is definitely more. It's not a large amount yet, but there is definitely some. We'll say there's some swelling, of course, in the stomach region, more specifically.
Like swelling, like as in like normal pregnancy, or
Man,
like
she's
something.
pregnant. Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I just wanted to cause panic.
Apani just said, "What are you talking about?" I don't know if you heard Apani.
Quick, pee on my hand.
Balin looks over at you, Gwendolyn, and then just like shakes her head, just like in immediate dismissal, and keeps walking.
Huh. You know, I always thought she was the gain of.
I need you to piss on my hand to be sure.
Why do you want?
Looks over at you like, why do you want Balin to piss on your hand?
Because women, when they're pregnant, their pee is sweet.
You're going to drink her pee? He's looking at you like very confused.
I'm gonna have someone else do it.
Emiko push like Gwen out of the room with her, like, okay, I think she's got something to drink. Gotta go take her to bed.
Crow's like, we have to go to the briefing meeting. Gwendolyn's strange moment aside, and he just keeps walking.
Do you mean like
what?
every?
And Crow's is like, I'm pretty sure they wanted all of us then.
Well, Titus is sitting this way. I'm sure Gwendolyn can't do it.
Is Titus really part of the team?
That's crazy. We're all a team.
That
There's
is
no
weird.
I in team, but there's I in piss.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not pregnant.
Crow babe, why don't you just piss on, you know?
Bird just walks out and he's like, why are we talking about this?
It is a valid medical experiment.
Oh, no, now I'm serious.
It's a valid medical experiment.
It's not
And I pick out a book. I take out a book that says "Everybody pees."
Wait, let me see that. Who wrote this? And then I see like, oh my god.
Written by me.
Wait.
Created by Gwendolyn. Everybody pees. It's a very bad. It's like a very shoddily drawn picture book.
Yeah, and also wait, what the?
You should experiment on yourself in your group.
No, don't do that.
Bruce is like, well, with all of that aside, we probably should be actually going to the meeting. They're going to get upset at us about, well, late.
How did he even make a book, Gwen? What the hell?
I mean, she can read and write.
Like she's like opened the page, it's like 1,000 like words on it. It just all says piss.
Yes, it's just piss repeated over and over again.
Okay, never mind. I think she's got a problem, and she hands it back.
Well, after the piss shenanigans and Balin having already walked very firmly off at this point with Brish, Latricia at this point are probably coming out as well. Crow's already gone to the meeting or headed over to the meeting. It's not far. It's like literally like a 3-minute walk. So yeah, I would say all of you can get there talking about piss as you do, so everyone in the fort knows that very serious operation happening, and then one of the main centerpieces of them are talking about pissing on their hands.
I am not talking about this. In fact, I'm acting like I don't know
just
I'm just like, Himiko's like near Gwen, like asking her, why do you need Bailey to piss on your hand exactly? Like she's like asking these questions, like
you guys are getting like looks from the other teams, like that are like around, lounging around and stuff, like just concerned, confused, disgusted, like different assortments of those. Just what is happening with that team?
Afani is walking
like
far
horrific
ahead
real
of
life.
Bailey, trying to look like Afani is not a part of the team.
You know,
Latricia is just
I assume
shaking her head.
I assume like like some of the teams are realizing that this is the team, Shadow Guardians. This is a team that fucking like did every mission with success, and they're talking about piss. What the fuck? Sorry.
No, thank you. Sorry, little small food. You like it? Alright. Sorry, DM got quiet there.
Coffee. Give it to me.
DM was chewing on something that was just given to them.
Damn, don't hog it all. Give it to me.
I will hog it all.
Motherfucker.
Alright, anyways. Sorry, that was a momentary lapse of food. I'm actually very hungry right now. That's half of the reason the session will be quick. Anyway. Yes, so you are all going to get there as your conversations of piss I guess like start to crescendo as you get into the place, and Latricia kind of like slaps her tail against like Gwendolyn and Emiko's back as they're continuing to talk about it to kind of effectively like make you guys look forward. She kind of just like motions with her neck like that way, and in front of you you can see are some very officially dressed like in actual like armor and like with weapons and such. Several guild officers, Consortium control guard officers. You can see some Memorem, some more like decked out Memorem fighters and things like that. There are several teams in here with you, all looking like rather high ranked. You see Relka and her team of her squad mates in here as well, the pilots for Memorem. There's a lot of important people in here, and you kind of all just entered with two of you talking about piss. But there are some looks like, who the fuck are they? Like type look, and then like the recognition of who the team is. Okay. One moment. I'm debating about getting some more okra real quick. Fried okra, specifically.
Isn't that fish?
Fried okra? Okra
No.
is not a fish.
Okra is ox.
No, it's not a fish.
No, okra is a vegetable. Wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know why. I don't know why I had to second guess myself on that. Sorry, the food.
Gaslight, Nancy.
Yes, gaslighting the DM on what okra is.
Okra is actually you were eating fried
Eeled okra. Anyway. So yes, after they kind of give you that look, they kind of mellow out a lot quicker. Like, there's a couple of chuckles, but like they pretty quickly go back to attention. Lyshishka will take center stage. You can see as well in front, like cresting around Lyshishka, the other main leaders that you recognize. Ravis from Noblesse, the Noblesse Council. You see, what is her name? I'm so sorry. It's the Consortium Council woman you met. The one that had the the arcane window. What was her name? It starts with R, I think. Hirada's other council member or council partner. Nice. Her name. DM. I should remember these things. Why don't I remember these things? One moment, I'm checking my notes. It's not, no, it's Rallis! That's her name. Rallis, I believe. Okay, I apologize. In any case, yes, Rallis is present. I believe his name is Gregory, who's the Consortium Control Guard leader of the forces here. And then, you know, Macy and Co-op. So, they are all present. And after a few moments of everyone kind of like get you guys funneled in, Lyshishka will continue. Now, as it were, all of you have been brought here for this, as part of this division. Your operation details are confidential and specific. She'll look across the room, kind of nodding to the main captains of every group. You will see them all kind of nod. This operation will be one of the largest that we have conducted as thus far as part of the Retribution conflict. You can expect that this will be a difficult one as well. Just because there's more people does not expect it to be easier, especially with what most of you will be involved in. Now then, the details as I pull up. Ostensibly, the plan is to take over the main fortress areas, acting as beachheads for the Retribution, using the initiative's main force. Meanwhile, you, all of you here present, are part of a select few groups, or a select special division, that will be tasked with several primary objectives during this main front. Of course, when these objectives, or as these objectives are completed, you will be able to potentially try to assist the other groups of the main force if possible. However, your group's main objectives are in the imperative here. First, finding Tahari Hakma's current imprisoned zone and rescuing him. You can hear there's a couple of murmurs from part of the Control Guard and Mariner group that it's hard to tell. Grow me an awareness if you'd like. If you want to know what they have to say.
When I'll roll it.
Hey,
What we get?
24.
Okay.
Not my A game today.
Wait a second. Emiko, don't you get a bonus for hearing? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Let me just check.
Check it.
It is 21.
No, that's
For
your
hearing.
passive. What is the ability?
Oh.
Because it was a roll.
Oh.
It's in your
Built-in
lineage.
lineage,
It's
I
keen
think.
hearing. Yeah, keen hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it again? Let me just check.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
I do not have it. No. No, I do
You
not.
don't have a what, sorry?
Keen hearing, I don't.
You don't? I thought you did.
No. I don't think so.
Then what's boosting your hearing with passives?
Unless I do and I deleted it.
Did you went to check your lineage, right? Oh, it's
Yeah,
called
I'm
Keen
on here.
Senses. It's called Keen Senses.
Yes.
No, wait, no, it's not. Never mind. That's just that's the thing for verse. Okay, what is it? Okay, it's called Kitsune Grace. You gain favor on astuteness awareness checks that rely on hearing or smell. Yeah. It's literally your first lineage ability. Click me on your sheet.
You said max, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, rolling that again.
Okay. That's enough, yeah. So, everyone here hears this. They're from the Mariners. You hear there's a little bit of some... When Tahari Hakma's mentioned, you hear there's some that are like... Oh my god, I forgot his title, but... There's a name that's slightly murmured among them. You assume it to be a title for Tahari. And a few of the Mariners kind of say like, "Oh, so I guess we really are helping some of our past foes, aren't we?" And then you hear another person from the Control Guard group say, "I don't really know why we have to clean up after their mess here. Isn't there something more important we could be doing, suppressing the retribution?" But the murmurs die down very swiftly as you see some of the officials that are next to Lyshishka kind of look over towards them, specifically Koa and Gregory and Macy, and they kind of start to hush up a bit and kind of sit back in attention. And Lyshishka kind of says, "As it were, yes, Tahari Hakma will be one of the main people that we will be trying to rescue, along with the forces that were captured there when the original the original subduing of Icon happened. I think at this point it would have been a month and a half ago. That is the first primary objective. The second will be, the second as part of that will be to get Tahari and the captured individuals back to a safe zone behind the initiative's main line. They, of course, once we're arriving, will be protected as they travel back. One of the, you can see Relka would speak up and she will say, "Excuse me, miss, does that mean that we will be separating into different, I imagine we are still in our groups here because we will be separating along to do these things as part of this, correct?" And you'll see Lyshishka nod. "Correct. As the situation develops, it will be up to the different groups' jurisdiction, as it were. We will direct things as we can as the situation progresses, of course, but in the heat of battle, some things might need to be decided in a moment's notice. This is why all of the main captains will be coordinating with each other as operations are underway, involving certain groups that will stay behind to help protect Tahari, and others that will continue on as well." Morelka will step back just as, of course, miss. Oh, and she will go back to attention. Lyshishka will continue. "During that time, the third primary objective will be to take over the command center of Icon Fall. There's a couple of people that kind of like not really gasp, but just kind of like take a deep breath in, kind of in more of a like realization like that's not gonna be you hear like someone say like that's not gonna be easy from the Memorems. And Lyshishka will speak up and say, "Yes, it will not be an easy task. In fact, we'll probably have to punch through several wings of their main force, or fronts of their main force to even get there. However, if our projections are right, this shouldn't be as difficult as initially perceived." She will motion over to Ishin, and Ishin will sit up and will speak and say, "At the current rate, we believe that the Retribution's forces are actually somewhat dwindled on the island, more so than we originally had projected. We're not sure exactly why, but it seems as though they've been moving a certain amount of materials and such, and because of that, they've been also moving a lot of people and forces. We're not sure if it's because Icon has become less of an important strategic benefit to them, or if there's other, perhaps, matters that they need to attend to, considering we have been attacking multiple of their fronts, as you know. However, you can hear one of them, someone raises a hand from the consortium side, and you can see as Sheen kind of looks over. Go ahead, speak. Oh, I think his voice is. I got his voice wrong. Go ahead, speak. They kind of put their hand. They put their hand back down, and they will speak up. And she will say, "Excuse me, but I understand that this is an operation that will be involving all of the initiative, or most of the initiative's forces, and of course that is why main officials are here. However, I must ask, for people that are perhaps more situated for, how would I put this, politician work, is it really beneficial to have them here for the operation's full details and such? Wouldn't it not be more prudent to have a more of a general, of course, of some sort?" And he says, "I can understand that you're concerned." She's like, "I did not mean any disrespect." He's like, "No, none by it. Yes, I am, you can say, a politician, of course. However, I am not one that has not seen their fair share of fighting, as I'm sure many of you have heard." You can hear, like, there's a couple of murmurs in the consortium side. They kind of yeah, you're like, yeah, we know. The whole, there might be some choice words that are murmured that I'm not gonna make you all roll. You would hear that are definitely, you would hear the term stumpy probably mentioned at one point, which is a Memorem slur. But
Damn.
Ishin doesn't actually change his decorum or his face. He just nods. He says, "I am, but besides that, because of my knowledge, extensive knowledge of the Iconfall Isle, as well as my combat knowledge, I am quite privy to be able to help. I'm quite able to help in these types of situations, including with troop movements, believe it or not." He kind of says, "After all, there was a reason why the Consortium did struggle somewhat with even our somewhat, we'll say, fractured forces during the last several years before we eventually came together." And she kind of nods, just like, "Of course. And yes, I have heard of your reputation. I am happy to see that it's on our side." And she will just nod. There's a couple looks when she says that from some of the other consortium people, but they kind of sit back to go straight back to attention. Gregory also will speak up and says, to all of our forces currently here, you understand that this is a joint operation. Memorem is not your enemy here." Someone's like, "Yeah, it's just a retribution." He says, "Exactly. So know where you're shooting and know where you're aiming your insults. I will not have any bickering among allies, and I will not have any ill-gotten words towards them either." And you can see when he says that, the rest of the control guards sit immediately rigid, with the potential threat that might imply for their service.
Yeah, Imiko's like sitting back and hands folded behind the head, like with a smuggling. Idiots.
Gregory kind of says, "If you would, Sir Sheen, please continue." Which you would hear when he says Sir Sheen. There's a couple of whispers, like, "Did he just call him Sir?" That might, you get the vibe that might be something more important for consortium-related individuals. But regardless, Ishin will continue. He says, "Thank you. Now then, as I was, Yes, Tahari is. We believe that their forces are going to be somewhat splintered in certain areas, meaning that it should be a lot easier for us to get most of these major objectives done, as well as break through certain lines to get to the command center. Additionally, we have reason to believe that there's some special equipment that's been developed on the island they might use potentially in defense of it. You are to look out for the special equipment. We believe it could be anything from new defensive turrets that have been being developed at the time and were not put to use, as well as potential vessels or vehicles that might have been in the draft stage for the Adala Enterprise groups at the time. And they kind of nod. Outside of that, we believe that the island is being led by, he kind of chews on his words a bit, a Memorem noble who is also has a very who has a somewhat of a, what would he say? Somewhat of a checkered past and somewhat of a reliable military history, at least in certain factions of our community. He would say, Isaiah Torrington. We believe that he is the one leading the current forces in Icon Fall. And because of that, the situation could get dire. Do not think of him as a simple politician or noble from the Torrington family. Just like myself, during the Memorem Civil War and even before then during the events of the Rising War, the Torringtons were formidable in terms of strategic gains as well as leadership. Kind of nod. You can see there's nods around the room. Past that, once we get the command center, and we have Tahari and the rest of the forces that are imprisoned there rescued, we believe that we should be able to force a surrender. You can see somebody raises their hand from the Memorem side now. It says, and they wouldn't say just a she, and they would say, oh my god, what is the title for the Memorem leader's name? I'm so sorry. This is what no food on brain does to a person. What is a Sheen's title? I really shouldn't be tripping. Control F. I'm just cheating. I'm just looking it up. Is Sheen? Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Do I not mention it ever? I definitely have mentioned it. It's not later. They have a specific name. Oh, I know why. I'm looking in the wrong... One moment. I need to be looking in this one. Okay. Isheen is known as... Oh my god, is it really not? Isheen. Point to the leader. What is his title? There is a title for them. You know what? Doesn't matter. Isheen. He says the title and then he will say Isheen. I apologize for my lack of adequate descriptions today. In any case, he will say title Isheen. If Isaiah Torrington is present, and does that mean, he kind of says, yes, you do have permission, they are an enemy combatant. If they aren't, of course, we would like to take them alive if possible. Sorry. Of course, we would like to take them alive if possible, but there's no guarantees that will be easy. And it is not because he is of us, of Memorem. It is because he has information that could be crucial in ending this conflict soon. There's some nods you can see from the Memorem forces, and actually you can see from the Forge Masters that are part of Macy's group. He kind of says, "That being said, your lives are more important than this. If you cannot do so, if you encounter Isaiah in any way and you are forced to take the shot, you are all given full permission to do so." And you can see their forces kind of nod. The Memorem man kind of speaks up again. "Also, you mentioned that what happens if they do not surrender, sir? I understand that the retribution is our foes, and I understand that our initiative is important. However, Ishin looks over and he holds up a hand, and he will continue. I believe that we can persuade them. If the situation is bad enough, that they would be better served surrendering to us. We will not harm them once they are captured. They know this. There's word that is spread of those that have been captured. Hannah says, I understand they are our countrymen, despite the fact of what they've done. However, it is important to know that they are attempting. It is important to note their lives are not as important as the lives of your fellow soldiers here present. He kind of looks down. He says, "Understood, sir." He says, "And I do not imagine that things will come to that. Morale can be broken in a moment's notice, and once that happens, there's potential that they will just simply surrender. The more pressure we keep on, the more chance of that happening." He kind of nods. Of course. Now then, he kind of looks back. "Miss Leshiska, you may proceed." And he will sit back down. Says, "That is the main details of your division's operations. Is there any questions?" She will look across the room.
No?
You can see the Forge Master Captain, the one that you usually see with Macy. He shakes his head. "No, we do not have any over here. Oh, sorry. No, we do not have any over here." You would see one of the Consortium, the control guard guy, kind of like, this is the guy that you saw outside when you guys were talking with, or when you guys went to meet Kada and the Leviathan Strife members. This is the guy that was outside that had the comments about the Leviathan Strife and like working with raiders and stuff. I think his name was, I actually wrote it down. I think it was like Lethvik or something. I'm checking just to make sure. Lethvik Shrew. Yes, that's his name. Or I guess that's his name now. He kind of just. No, we do not have any. We don't have any questions about this particular operation as of yet. The others all begin going down the line. The noblesse forces, they nod. They have nothing to say. Lapsus says, "Good. In that case, all of you are dismissed for the time being. Operation will begin at 0600 in the morning. Or no, they'd probably be. When would they want to go? Probably early, but not too early. 0800 hours. All of them nod. You can see various people do their salutes, and they are all dismissed. along with you all.
I'm using my psychic to communicate with Balin and say I think one is on.
Balin kind of gives you an answer back. It's like, yes, I know, but why is she wanting me to pee on her hand? Wrong voice. Whatever. In any case, I don't want to sit this one out, but Lysiska is quite adamant on me needing to slim down my operations, no pun intended.
You can shoot missiles from the ship. That's it.
But I want to be out there.
But like, what if you go into labor? Like,
I'm not that pregnant yet.
yeah.
Fine. She gonna like. You can see her
Missiles from
grumble.
the ship. That's still participating.
She just kind of puffs up her cheeks for a second and then just kind of grumbles before like nodding. While that's happening, Latricia will walk over. Imiko, you did understand all that, right?
Yeah, just storm the summit or something like that, and take
No,
control. And
that's not what Lysiska and Ishin said.
oh yeah, I was actually listening.
I know you weren't listening. That's why I asked you. All right, I'll make it simple.
Yeah, can you give me the give me a summary?
She like
actually.
leans down. We're going to try to rescue Tahari from wherever he's imprisoned.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Once we do
Yeah.
that, one group of us will need to escort him back out of the back behind or from enemy lines to our own. Once we finish that,
Yeah.
or once that's finished, or while that's being done, our main group will focus on trying to get the main command center under our control. Once there, we're hoping that we can force
Yeah.
them to surrender.
Okay.
Because we should be able to control most of the defenses out in the area. At least the ones that are automated.
Yeah.
Do you understand
Yeah.
that now?
Yeah. But
Good.
yeah.
She smiles and leans
Yeah,
back up.
sure. Yeah, definitely not too condescending about that, babe. But hey, whatever. Floats your boat.
She just smiles. Crow's like, well, maybe you should have paid attention then.
Well, they should make it a little less boring, you know? Come on.
I mean,
That's wild.
Crow kind of thinks, he's like, so, back to Iconfall.
Yep, back to Iconfall. Let's see what they got in store.
I'm curious about this new equipment they said they might have. Well, I'm sure whatever information they have will get it sent to us before the operation, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Sure.
He nods, and he kind of says, "Yeah, I guess. I mean, we're kind of." He kind of says, "I guess that's us. We don't really need to stay here anymore. We should probably go get some food for dinner." And then Brew's like, "I don't mind whipping up something for all of us. That could be a nice." He kind of said, "Just a nice little parting meal before we go on our operation, as usual."
Certainly not our last meal, hopefully.
I imagine it won't be.
Well, with the way everyone's so dour and so down in the dumps right now, certainly feels like it.
I wouldn't describe the mood as dour. I would describe it as a
Yeah,
bit, how would I say,
Really?
spotty. Seems like there's a little bit of a cohesion problem. You can see he's looking around. Even right now, not even all the initiative's forces are really mingling together. So much for the thought.
Hmm.
Rohana says, maybe it's just I mean, I imagine it's still a bit awkward for everyone. Nearly like what, a decade ago, most of everyone here would probably have been on opposing sides.
Yeah, not only that, especially people like, they were used to be path laborers and now they're working with people now. It's kind of awkward, to say the least, and that's an understatement.
I was like, I guess so. Her ears flop up for a moment, and you hear something faintly as well. Like, it's like, is there a commotion? He's like, you hear that? You hear
boy.
something. You heard someone yell about something.
Oh boy, is
There's
that a
gonna,
fight
like-
I hear? I think Imako's like running. Imako's the first one to like run ahead.
Leaving the room.
Oh boy.
Lapani, what are you doing? You're calling Yumiko?
Following.
Oh, you're following Yumiko? Alright, well, you two, I guess, are the first to leave, since Gwendolyn hasn't said anything, to walk outside. There's a mini commotion of sorts. I should say, while all of you were having this little mini discussion, people were, like, some were staying in the room talking with their group mates, and some people were, like, walking out, like, leaving, like, they want to go eat or have something to do. When you leave, there is a not small, medium-sized, like maybe 20-plus-ish group of people kind of in a huddled up, not school circle, but kind of like a half hemisphere outside, looking at what you can kind of see appears to be a little fight. Yes, that has started. The thing that you kind of now full hear as you both exit out is, see, it sounds like from the cadence and the cadence and kind of the accent of a Memorem man as you hear him say, call him that slug one more time, and I'll deck you. I'll break your nose in. And he hears somebody say, you Memorem bastard. What was that for? It's like, Asheen is not out yet. Their officials are still in the briefing area that you guys were in. They might not have immediately heard what's happening, but there is more people coming out to see, so they probably will know in like another couple minutes.
Hey, can I ask you, Dragon? Was it a full day after the event, so no?
The briefing?
No, the last operation.
Oh, it's been 4 days. It's been it's been 4. Oh, you asking for because of your tails? Yes.
Yeah.
It's been 4 days.
Once Imiko's like just dashing on the people's like leg, not like just pushing past people.
Yeah.
We'll probably use a time like dilation.
What do you want to do?
Hold on, let me just check. It was
Oh, you want to cast slow? Okay.
Yeah.
I will roll some
Yeah.
saves. What's your DC?
It was 17.
17. Oh, right, because it goes off of cognition, and your cognition is a lot higher. Because was it 3 plus 8?
Yeah.
And then plus what, 5?
I think it was 20. Oh wait, it's 20 or something like that.
I don't think it's 20. I don't think it's that high.
I
Here,
mean,
I'm
my
going to check
cognition
it.
is high.
Your cognition's
Yeah,
a
check it out.
5, 6? What is it? Modifier?
Yeah. It's a set. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's the cognition. My cognition is plus 6.
Shit, it is a 17. Yeah, because it's 3, it's 6, yeah, it's 9, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, you are right. That is a 17. Damn. Well,
Yeah.
both of them probably, actually one of them, nah, we're gonna make these guys the regular soldiers. Both of them fail. They seem, you can notice, like, as the burst goes out, go ahead, sorry.
Imiko's like pushing past people, like not caring like their reactions. Like once she sees like the fight like going on, she'll point her finger in a finger gun motion, and she'll snap, and
Yep.
everything goes slow.
When that happens, you can see there's what looks to be one person holding. You can see there's this larger woman holding back the Memorem guy, from like where it looks like he just slugged the guy. That's like kind of picking himself up to the ground. There's two other soldiers. One of them looks to be a mariner. The other one looks to be a control guard. The guy that he was punched was a control guard. And you can see that he's like picking himself up. They don't, based on the attire of the control guard that was hit. Maybe you think a sergeant, like an early level sergeant, nothing crazy. And the other two soldiers seem to be either probably similar ranking, you think. So, more than just grunt, but not too much off, you think. The Memorem guy, the big woman that's holding the Memorem guy seems to be one of those like brawler Memorem steel fist people. While the other guy just looks like a regular Memorem like spearman soldier type deal. But yes, that happens. Those two, you can see his thrashing slow down, and the guy that's getting up lifted up a bit slowly, and you can see they try to say something to each other, but it is hampered by the slow temporarily. As you were, Imiko.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Imiko's like make herself known and say, all right, break it up, children. What's happening here now?
You can hear somebody's like, "Oh, it's just getting good." Like you can hear like a couple people, kind of like wave you off a bit, and Latricia kind of walks, or not Latricia. I imagine Apani, you're right there, right?
Yes.
Would you walk up next to Imiko, or would you stay in the back?
Connie walks up to Imiko, but Connie is just very irritating.
Roll me. Are you doing anything glare related, or you're just looking irritated?
Glaring is
Roll me glare.
I'll help as well since she's
No, it's not at Imiko. Like, I imagine this is towards the group to try to, like, make people calm down. Also, Imiko, roll me a... Charm.
I think... Oh. Huh?
Roll me a charm.
Repeat that?
Connie rolls a dirty
Roll a charm?
Yep, roll a charm. And yes, a dirty 20 on the glare. Ooh, okay.
Okay. Roll a charm.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. 14.
A 14.
Between both of you, the immediate, like, you can see there was actually a couple of control guard, like, kind of reaching either for their weapons or, like, looking like they were about to, like, square up. And some Memorem soldiers also kind of, like, adjusting their shirts and things like that and looking like they were about to square up. As soon as you had entered, however, that stopped. In a moment that Apani kind of enters in, they're immediately... Yep.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think Apani's like mic is caught on your own, making an echo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's been fixed.
It's alright.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, that was probably torture. I apologize.
Oh, yeah. I had my earphones on.
But yes, in any case, the people that were about to basically start fighting have stopped with the intrusion of both of you. Imiko, the main mass of people were already, like, they weren't really getting involved in the fight. They were just, like, either cheering it on or just, like, looking and watching. The people that were amassing, though, definitely halted when Apani kind of stepped up, considering that Apani is physically pretty big for a human, and is, like, very imposing there with... I imagine you're probably in your gear, right? Like, your stuff?
Yeah, I assume that Imiko's like...
So...
Yeah, I assume that Imiko's like, is on the hips, like she's looking for a smug, like, look on her face. Meanwhile, Apani's like behind her. Yeah, continue, Apani.
Yep. Apani's slightly behind you with her turret blaster in her hand, kind of just like, it's resting in both of her hands right now. It's not aimed anywhere.
It's just ready.
Her waist. She's just glaring.
Yeah, and
Quietly.
and Yumiko will probably continue. So, are we gonna have another kerfuffle, or are we gonna be all on our best behavior?
You hear the Memorem
Yeah.
guy, like, you hear one of the Memorem people, not the guy that was slugging someone, but the guy that, one of the people that were, like, adjusting their stuff to get ready to fight. He kind of says, get out of this, Sylvan. This doesn't concern you.
Oh, but it is. It does concern us. It concerns all of us. So, see here, we're all in this together, and we're not supposed to be fighting like kids. He's like glaring at the particular who spoke up.
He kind of looks over. He's like, oh, we're supposed to be working together. Then how about you get them to stop swinging around slurs like it's going out of style, huh? We heard you in that briefing. He's not looking at you. He's looking at the like control guard people over there. He's like, we heard you in that briefing. All you mummering and whispering. Is that all the Consortium's good for? I guess it is. And you can hear one of them's like, you can hear another one say, know your place. We're not here just because we're trying to. We're not here just to help you. Your country is a direct threat to the Consortium, as it's always been. Well, if anything, we're cleaning up the mess that your country's left over for the last decade and a half. Go ahead. You gonna say something?
Imiko's looking up at Apani. Apani, you want to handle this show?
Connie's still silently there. Looking. If now the consortium will trade vibes.
The Consortium?
Yeah, the consortium will trade vibes.
She kind of like, you can see the person you're talking to, she kind of recoils a bit at your gaze. She's like, and what are you going to do?
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely
You
a
wanna
hint
do
of
something?
fear in her voice when she says that. But
Connie just clears.
You.
and says, oh, I get it. The guild coming around, swinging that thing around just to flaunt into everyone, oh, look at us, the heroes of the world. We get to do whatever we want. We don't have to worry about consequences of our actions. All the other countries have to deal with them. We get to be the bestest, the brightest, and always looked at well by the people.
Jeez, projection much? He's like whispering this to Apani.
Connie just like looks over and he does talk a lot.
He does talk a lot, and I think she aims her finger gun and snaps. Slow
You're gonna-
burst.
Give you another slow burst. And slow burst. Alright. How many times can you do this? Is it like burst bonus? What is it? If you're a full
burst
breed,
bonus.
it's once.
Much as I want.
If half, it's yeah, full breed.
As
Cool,
much
equal
as I
to
want
half
until
your
my
burst
tail-
bonus rounded down. So if you are a full breed, so
Yeah,
currently
I am.
it is once, unless you got a lineage feat that I'm unaware of. Yeah, it's only once.
Unless I use my tail. Oh, I thought it was my tail, you know?
I think, I think your tail part only comes in with
I thought
Wait.
it does. Look.
Wait a second. Oh no, the level of the spell corresponds to your tails. The amount of times is equal to half your burst bonus rounded down without a feat. So yes.
Yeah,
you-
Oh, wait,
go ahead, sorry. No, go ahead. I was just reading it. Go ahead.
No, because if I can't do it, then I'll probably like threaten like that other one that was talking mad shit.
Okay. The control guard woman.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What are you gonna say? I mean, you continue. You did the finger guns, and you notice like you're like, oh right, the energies are coming out. She's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Trying to do?
She's like, she doesn't say anything, but she's like about to like you see her like fingers about to snap. Like, I don't know. What do you think about this?
You can't
Like,
psych me
she's
out.
slowly- Mm-hmm. Like she's staring into her eyes as she's like smiling.
She's looking at you, but she's definitely looking more at Apani at the moment. She just says, you can hear one of them comes over, and this voice you recognize as you hear, what seems to be the problem? Oh, it's all of you again. It's Lethic.
Oh, Levick, my boy.
What seems
My punchable
what
boy.
seems to be happening out here? She's like, these
seems like-
Memoran. She kind of like holds up. He's like, he looks over at the Memorans, and now the slow spell seems to be wearing kind of off the slowness. It seems to be kind of relinquishing from them, and they. At first, they begin kind of bickering for a moment, but realize like everything has just happened and kind of quiet down, especially as Lethic kind of walks over. And he's like, "Oh, I see. Are we all I guess our hosts are not being as hospitable as we would have preferred. That's unfortunate. After all, we are here supposed to be helping them."
Hmm.
It seems like.
Is that so? He like looks back. I recognize you. You're the one from yesterday. Or not yesterday, it would have been. You're the one from earlier this week. You had some choice words about You had some words about our comments towards those raiders that we're, I guess, begrudgingly working with.
Hmm.
Bit pointless to me. It's a bit pointless and counterintuitive to be honest.
Fair. And I don't exactly hold these Memorans in the same contempt that I do those raiders. However, I would be lying if I didn't have my own concerns.
Again, it's like counterintuitive to the
Oh, I don't mean it in a bickering way. I'll put it bluntly. How do we know that we can trust some of these Memorans? And I'm not speaking just for my own squadrons and such. I mean all of us here, the Noblessians, even your guild.
How do we know that we trust you?
It's not my country that attacked another unprovoked. You can hear one of the ones says, "In recent memory, actually, I think it was your country." Says,
Let's not go through a whole history lesson.
he's like, that
He was innocent.
was the Rising War. Times have changed. I thought that was the whole point of the guild union and the like. Or are you saying that that portion of them failed? Right in front of the guild too. That's quite mean and rude.
You know, what I'm actually saying is, in recent history, after the war, the French take it as you will. There's no point in thinking it's like counterintuitive.
Well, my question still hasn't been answered. You hear it's like, we don't need to prove ourselves to you.
All agree on the same thing. You might as well hold up our side of the deal. Quite frankly, like I said, no Frenchman's innocent in the recent history. Talking about after the war.
You got another shrugs. Sure, play that way if you want. But I would be lying if it would be, how would I put it? I would not be the soldier that I would not be the commander that my soldiers trust if I didn't at least air some of their concerns and bring it out to light. It's only right for a captain to do such. Wouldn't you agree, Ms. Apollo? Oh, I can assure you I am thinking long term. And looks over, and at this point you can see some of the officials come out now. Ravis is kind of towering form, like just weeds through soldiers, just kind of like easily parting them. And says, "What seems to be the problem here? I heard there was a commotion."
Children fighting. Children fighting.
If you all are that tenacious to fight, there is a sparring area on the other side. I would love to join any of you if
Yeah.
you would like to in the ring.
Oh my god, yes. I would definitely love to spar. Yes.
There's, by the way, to note, Ravis is like enormous. Ravis is like a hulking mass of meat, fur, and scales, I'm pretty sure. I know you're fine, but the other people here are not fine with squaring up with Ravis.
I'm gonna sit and watch you guys
Imiko, as you start cheering, you just feel like arms wrap around your waist and slowly start pulling you back as you feel Latricia just kind of dragging you a little bit back. It's just like, no, it wouldn't. Also, I think that Ravis is trying to defuse the situation, so Imiko probably shouldn't stop him from doing that.
What do you mean stop? I definitely want to fight.
Ravis they kind of look over. They look at Ravis. They look at Imiko. They look at Apani, and they're like, you can see the woman's like, oh, damn. As she's about to say something, Ravis kind of says, His ear flops up. Well, were you going to say something? You wanted to join for a sparring match? She's like,
Yeah.
She looks over at Lethik. Lethik says, no, she would not like to. She needs to get her food in for the night before the operation tomorrow. It's like, the next time. And he kind of says, now then, he kind of says, you're all dismissed. He looks over at, this is Lethik speaking to his people. He's like, now then, you're all dismissed. They kind of look at each other and kind of nod. Some of them kind of look over. A few of them look not exactly for everything happening now, but they're just kind of present because this is their group. And they just have to walk off. Lethik kind of looks over before he leaves, like, I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Council Member Ravens. You have to understand, some of my men are quite a long ways of home in a nation that some of them haven't been to in a long time, if ever. And it was formerly an enemy. You can't help but some people being a bit cautious and antsy. Ravis kind of holds up a hand. He says, I understand, of course. However, it is important to know, just as the seasons change, so can nations and their people. And he says, of course. He kind of says, you happen to be taking this quite well, though. Ravis says, oh. He says, yes, he says, you were somewhat resistant to working with, from what I hear, the Raiders, the Leviathan Strife, I should say. But you came around to it, he says. As Captain Apani here mentioned, it is important to understand the bigger picture and look forward ahead, not just in the interim or immediate. I would imagine a good captain can do such. Lethik kind of... I imagine you're correct. He kind of looks to the side. Oh. I am curious, though. I heard some interesting reports from some of the... How to put it? As I said, I'm only airing the concerns of my men. And I have my own as well. The Retribution. I understand they've been taking prisoners from multiple of our groups, things that didn't go well as some from some of the other attacks. There's whispering that the Retribution has taken civilians even. If the Consortium were to find out that something was happened to them, I imagine our people here would become even more antsy. And I imagine, he looks over at some of the Retribution people kind of piecing themselves together, some of them leaving and some of them kind of looking at what's happening. It would be difficult for them to see the Retribution as, well, as our Memorem friends here as no different than the Retribution.
I think that safety of every of those stakeholders here, and also to prevent the future from repeating itself, it would be very important that we think before making any hasty actions.
Of course. fire between friends is not ever a good thing. I'm just, as I said, voicing my concerns. Adieu, all of you. And he will begin to turn around.
Can I make a mood check on his words right now?
His words?
Just
Sure.
want to make. Yeah. Because this boy is full of shit, I know.
Roll me move. He is very he's actually okay. I will say this, Emiko, he's actually decent at keeping his composure, and yes, his cadence, his words betray his true intentions, of course, and true thoughts. But he is actually decent at keeping it relatively like to a simmer. Like he just comes off more pompous a lot than he does necessarily vigorously ill-intended, which with a 19, you pick up on some subtle things. He is not necessarily being as misleading about concerns. You think that that's probably more truthful, but there is this vibe from him you get, this understanding, that like air of him. He is very accusatory, generally speaking, of the Memorans, and you kind of get the feeling that like it's pretty obvious he doesn't really think that the Retribution and the Memorans here are really much different in terms of possibly either what they want to do eventually or who, like, what has happened. But he is being careful with his words enough to not just outright say they're no different. He's making posturing gestures. Even when he alluded a moment ago, somewhat directly, he gave it an air of like, well, if this happened, some of my forces would have difficulty seeing them like any different than them. But he's not outright saying it, even though he kind of is insinuating it. In terms of his overall forthrightness, he definitely is hiding something, but it's hard. It's not easy to tell what it is. But yeah.
I think Emiko would probably whisper to Apani, say, hey, we probably should keep an eye on that guy. Something's not right with this dude.
If Connie's been effectively communicating to Emiko, so I don't trust.
I do not trust him. She'd better bring this up with the top brass too. This guy is definitely an instigator. I want that on our rank.
Macy kind of walks out actually next to you. She's like, heard there was a commotion. What happened? Actually, wait, don't tell me. Let me guess. Because of the slur that was said during the briefing, and probably some that was said afterward, fight started between the Memorans and, if I had to guess, based on just regular decorum at the moment, probably the Control Guard branch, right?
Bingo.
Yeah, it's been happening the last few days, actually. Not sure if you've noticed. Small little things, but it's been bubbling to the surface.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've had to, how would I say, attitude adjust some of my Forge Masters, though it's been minimal with our forces.
Yeah, this control guard, this particular control guard and their captain, Leviticus or something?
Lethic?
Definitely,
oh, yeah, Lethic's true. Yeah.
Definitely not right with it, man.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why he was chosen for this operation. To my knowledge, I don't necessarily know if it was Gregory's first pick, or even if it was his, but, you know, orders from the top. My guess is that Koa and I weren't exactly perceived as, she sighs, trustworthy enough, we'll say. You know how politics are.
Not trustworthy to them, but trustworthy to us, exactly, you know.
That's besides the point.
You're all...
As far as they're concerned, the initiative might just be a ploy to get something out of, to do something to the Consortium, so they're playing their cards close to their chest.
Well, from what I've seen in past operations, they do a real shit job at it.
Who is the Consortium?
Yes.
I wouldn't say our boys are doing too bad, our boys and girls out there.
No offense, but I mean the top brass for them, actually. Some of them, anyway.
I'm sure they got their concerns, I can't lie. I've even got some of my own. Of course, I don't think every Memorem here is some type of, like, hidden spy or something. But I am concerned about some things. Hell, not even necessarily just the Memorems. This place is like a powder keg. All it takes is a match and it's up in flames. I'm worrying about some of the people in our troop right now.
That is concerning. That's for sure. But
Nothing can be done about it.
How are you?
At least not at the
Yeah,
moment.
how you doing, Macy?
I'm doing fine. We did get all those people processed that you guys, well, that most of our forces managed to get surrendered and such. At the moment, there's still a lot of decision on what's going to happen with them. Of course, Memorem is pushing for them to stay in their own soil and be prisoners of war, so to speak. However, there are some concerns on the Initiative Council, and I can't deny that there are some that are, it's a kind of hodgepodge of them, about doing just that.
Yeah. Well, either way, hopefully they get like whatever they needed. What's coming to them anyway.
I'm sure they will, but at this point I'd be worried about incidents happening. Rogue Consortium, Noblesse, or whatever. Hell, even a Memorem maybe. Often one of the prisoners.
Well, better keep a close eye on that.
We are. We've had guild forces watching them for the most part. I think it's probably a good idea that they don't have many of the main other country forces watching them. Just feel like that's a recipe for disaster for the moment. Not to mention, at least that way it persuades people from thinking that the Memorems here are working with the Retribution, since they're not necessarily directly meeting with the people that were captured. Or if they are, it's under surveillance. And we don't have any Consortium people going over there, so we don't have to worry about one of them popping off and deciding that actually they're gonna do a public execution or something.
Oh boy, better not do that. Oh,
No, it would be
I
not
did
good for
remember-
morale. You did remember what?
Definitely not good. I did remember Captain Apani's other option for them. Perhaps like a little bit of saving time.
Oh yes,
for freedom, I guess.
Lashiska, I believe, actually told us about that in one of the meetings a few days ago. An idea to she looks over at Pani. An idea Pani brought across us. She nods. Because you did tell Lashiska, and she said that she would be willing to vouch for you and they would speak with some of the others. So it says, I believe that they'll probably want an official decree about it, honestly. She kind of looks over. What you doing right now? You want to step in for a moment and talk with them about your proposition?
Well, would it be better if they're potentially after the
Might be a good idea. I can have them push the date for, or push the time for the whole, for us leaving out, for you to get this underway. In fact, actually, it might work out well. If we broadcast this idea to the Retribution at Icon Fall, that's even more of a reason for them to surrender. At least they know that there's an out for them. Yeah, I've talked with some of the captured, of course, interrogations and the like with some of my Forge Masters. Might I say, it's huh, some of these people really don't feel like there's any out. I can't blame them for thinking that. Of course, I'm not saying that I necessarily... How would I put it? I'm not saying I condone any of the actions. It's all heinous, if you ask me. This attack on the summit, all those people, those innocent people killed. But I can't deny that I can understand some of the situation that forced this type of thing to happen. I know it didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah, while I do, understand a bit of it, I don't excuse the killing of what happened.
No,
Over
that's
the
not
summit,
what I
though.
mean. I just mean that I can understand where it came from.
Yeah, probably I do too, but... God, they could have gone another other way, I guess.
They could have. They could have done so many different ways. But when lives are at stake and people's fears and concerns bubble to the surface, sometimes they can act like animals. Guess that's what we all mostly are. But she looks over.
She just points at me. Animal, yeah?
I meant all of us, human included. Well, I'm not human, I'm dwarf, but still.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe not beastkin animal, but still animal. You know what I mean.
Okay. But, yeah, going back to the topic.
She nods.
What? So what are we gonna be doing on the once we reach Icon Fall?
And Trisha
What are
looks
we doing
down.
over here?
Emiko, did you not listen to me?
No, I did not.
I'll explain it to you over after dinner. Macy just kind of chuckles. Emiko never changes, still doesn't pay attention during briefings.
No, I don't.
Girl
No,
walks
I
over,
don't.
it's like she barely pays attention to anything. If it doesn't have to do with robots, sex, or machines, or... He's kind of thinking. I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting. Oh, alcohol.
Yes, alcohol.
Girl's like, oh, you mean the rubbing alcohol that she masquerades as a drink? Yeah.
The rubbing alcohol with.
You know, you could
You
reuse like
mean
it.
the? I mean, hey, you tried it. It's pretty damn good, wasn't it?
No, no, it wasn't.
She.
That he kind of looks over. I actually seriously doubt it would have. Not gonna lie.
And this is why. And this is why
I don't exactly think
she.
that you can be qualified as a normal person. He looks over.
I mean, you don't call the normal person as well, Crow. Neither of us all.
I'm not the
Even,
one drinking the rubbing alcohol. He looks over at you.
It's not rubbing alcohol because while y'all have longer lifespan and stronger digestive system, me as a human.
She Yumiko like will fish out the moonshine from her bag and toss it to Apani. Here, don't spend it all at once.
It is. I haven't done the thing yet to roll the different random effects and things, but it is. It's strong.
You
You mean a fortitude?
yeah, do it.
Go ahead. Roll it. Go ahead and roll it. I got you for the DC. I've got it in my brain. Oh, you're looking. 14. Apani takes a swig, lets out a bellowing kind of, and then Apani, everything feels very, very warm. and also slightly spinny, slightly spinny.
And then a few seconds later, you probably feel like you got punched in the gut.
Harmony is going to hold on to
The funny thing is, it's hard to not look suspicious considering the height difference. So it's like you're leaning down and just like with one foot, one hand leaning down and touching Imiko on the shoulder.
But Imiko is not past below my waist.
Imiko is near. You're what, 7 something?
No.
What are you?
I think I'm not that tall.
Are you what, 6? I might be mistaken with another character. I might be thinking of Patricia. What are you, 6 something? 6'5", 6'9"?
Harmony is 6'11".
You are nearly 2 feet, if not more, about 2 feet taller than Imiko.
Harmony,
I'm like 4'10".
Yeah, you are about 2 feet.
well, Harmony is 2 feet taller than Imiko. Imiko is at least at Harmony's elbow.
Fair. Wait, at a Pawnee
true.
elbow?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, probably around the
If
elbow.
not above.
So, it's not the most conspicuous, but it's, you know, you kind of just...
A pony doesn't need to lean down to reach Imiko's.
No, but it is notable the 2 foot taller person slightly leaning on the other person.
People should find
Yeah,
this
I
interesting
assume,
because
like-
I've gotten a back ride from Imiko before.
You've gotten a what
Yeah,
ride?
and I
Back ride
assume.
from Imiko before, despite the fact that Imiko's small.
Okay.
That was a very unfortunate
Yeah.
back ride. That probably looked clunky as fuck.
How dare you.
Yeah.
In any
But
case,
also,
go ahead,
Im-
Imiko.
Probably, okay. Imiko's probably looking up at Apani with a knowing look. Definitely immune to it, huh?
Well, it's not rubbing alcohol, it's not gonna kill me.
Kurogana says, yeah. He starts walking. And she's just like,
Oh,
we should
hush.
probably go get food. Come on. And she kind of like pushes.
Yeah.
She's like gently pushing Apani and then like strongly pushing Imiko. Macy just kind of waves you
Okay.
all back, saying like, all right, see y'all tomorrow. Oh, also,
Yeah.
you guys says, oh, before you go though, I heard y'all were getting a transfer. Whatever happened with that?
Oh.
That's maybe they got
Uh,
lost.
Maybe,
They probably
yes,
got lost.
maybe. It's been a madhouse around here, so they could be around or they might still be coming in before the operation. I was wondering
Yeah,
what the new face is going to be around y'all, you know?
Yeah. Cuts to Atlas fucking rolling a nat 1 in the water right now after trying to fly again.
Atlas is actually taking a plane, though.
No, it fucking falls down in the sky.
The plane's not gonna crash.
Are you sure?
It's
Are
probably
you
not
sure?
gonna crash.
That's not very believable.
It's not gonna crash. Now, sea monsters, that's a whole different
I
story.
mean-
Anyway. But yes, you are all able to get back to the ship, have a nice meal, and talk and conversate. Brew has whipped up something nice. I will look. Actually, you know what? Just since we're getting towards we're at the end of the session here, I'll actually look up the meals, shall I? Oh, I can see
Please
a
do.
fly, and it's taunting me.
Oh,
It's
I did not
taunting
know
me.
we're having flies for dinner.
We're not. I'm going. Don't worry. Its existence is limited, and it will end soon. Brew is gonna
That's my
make a. You know, he'll make a guild meal. Yeah. He will make. He will make a. What would be a good one for everyone? I mean, he's not really doing it for the effects right now, but he will. He could in the future. He will make some soup, some very, very nice soup that has a very thick texture to it. It's got some heft and weight to it when you consume some. It's got a little bit of some meat in it. Actually, it's got 2 types of meat and some extract in it. You're not sure. One of the meat you seems to be some type of red meat, and the other one you're not necessarily sure, but it's some type of white meat, you feel. Maybe something from like an avianous beast of some kind.
Delicious.
Yep, it tastes very good. It tastes very, very good. He also mentioned how in the morning it can be y'all can heat it up and you can eat some more before you guys head out. Gives you a nice fulfilling meal before you guys get in the operation.
Yeah.
However,
Also, go ahead. I think Emiko will probably lecture Latricia about like, don't you like lean down on like people like it's kind of like ruin stuff, and something like here and there.
She's like, I don't know what you mean. She's giving you a smile.
She's like squinting, like,
Oh, after as you guys are finishing up your meal, who would it be? Probably. Balin would come by. Actually, no, not Balin. Brisk would come by, and he would walk over to your guys' table and say, "Oh, I wanted to talk with all of you. If you have a moment, I wanted to show you something."
Oh no! Did Gwen Did Gwen finally ask Balin to do it?
No, I believe that Gwen is at the moment in the room resting. I believe they might have suffered some acute, not sure, something wrong with their head. But that is beside the point. I wish to speak with you about your units, actually.
Oh.
Yes, if you'd follow me, and he'll motion for all 4 of you. As you're walking, or after you leave the mess hall, Brew just says, "Don't worry." He's like, "Don't worry, I'll get your plates and your bowls. Just head over there. Just head back with Brisk." And after a moment, he'll start getting your stuff. As you're walking down the halls, Brisk would kind of say, he's like, "So, how will all of you?" I noticed I never actually changed the damn music. That's okay. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. Sorry, I was reading a comment that Apani had left me. Apani might have already presented the idea. I couldn't remember if it was just to Lyshishka or if it was to the entire group. It might have been to the entire council. I think it was. It might have been during. Was it during the Operation Sea Calling? Was it during the beginning of that?
It was during the beginning. It was during the talks before FECAL.
Okay, so the talk, leading up to that operation, the briefing before then. Was it during the Kata conversation?
It was during before the Kata operation.
Before the Kata
operation.
operation.
Wrote that shit down.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
That is my fault. I apologize.
No worries.
Also, I totally didn't just have a moment where I don't remember the operation names, but it was in August. Okay. You can show me that after as well, Pepper. I will check it as well just to get my notes and stuff in order.
I hope that my thing saved because I remember last time it
went
on the fritz.
I just need to check something.
On the thread. Let me check.
Okay. In any case, I will continue. So yes, Brisk will say, or yes, he will speak up. So as yes, all of you seemingly doing all right, mentally speaking. I mean.
Mood check.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll mood.
Because why you ask me?
Brisk, yes.
Because why bring that up all?
Actually, I don't think a potty would roll with check on first. I think a potty knows, but I don't think first knows what a potty knows.
The funny thing is, you think it's about something it's not, actually.
Yeah.
So Emiko, Brisk is kind of looking you up and down, and Latricia up and down, and Crow up and down, and Apani up and down. He's very curious about some things. You can definitely tell. There's something like on the tip of his tongue and on his mind. He is genuinely concerned, but he's not like. You don't think it's like a life or death concern. He just seems like he's quizzical about something he hasn't said.
Potty's gonna technically
You
communicate
know?
and just ask him if he's nervous to become a father.
He like stops. He's like,
Yeah.
"Wait, you?" He's like, "You know?" He kind of turns around and actively says to Apani, "What, you know?"
Yeah.
Oh, of course you
Yeah,
probably know.
Potty's
But then,
technically communicated this.
no, I know, and he vocally spoke out.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Because Brisk
also
was very
Emiko
caught off
probably
guard by the
say-
thought. And also,
Yeah.
Emiko, go ahead.
Emiko will probably say, so I noticed you just like looking at us up and down. You think that we're not like compatible? I don't mean like relationship wise. I mean like she holds out that hand like whoop, like next to Patricia and Crow's groin area, like
Emiko, did you
the
just
size.
ask if Brush thinks that we're not sexually compatible?
Brisk is like, no, that's not what I meant. Also, I guess.
I mean, like you're looking at up.
No, that's not what I meant. I apologize. That's not what I meant to insinuate.
Potty's gonna psychically communicate with Brush and say, you can respond psychically, just think it, don't.
Right, I know. He says that in his head. But yes, he says, I forgot that you were aware. Balin told me. It
About
caught me off
what,
guard.
exactly?
He's talking in his head now.
Oh,
He just says, I remember now that I just was taken off guard by the thing. That's not what I actually wanted to talk about.
Potty's gonna say verbally, is it because of the size difference? Does that make us not seem sexually compatible?
It's not about that. It's about, okay. He like puts his hands together, like clasping his hands, like kind of meeting the bridge of his nose, and he's like, I am concerned about the mental strain on your psyches after prolonged usage of a vanguard. Not just that, there's a couple other things that I've been noticing.
You know what really gives me a mental strain? Thinking about where my sister is. Anyway.
You have a sister? Anyway, that's besides the point. He kind of like looks over, he shakes his head. Okay, I think it'd be easier for me to explain this way, as like now you're getting close to like pretty much at the hangar area. He says, Nameless's systems. We'll begin with you all. I'll begin with you both, because you are by and far the easier one of the situation here. Nameless has an experimental system that we developed, or assistedly developed. Lashishka and I believe some Draken engineers helped with it, along with, myself. But that's besides the point. The system, the Glint Booster, it was supposed to it's supposed to be used by it was designed for someone like Apani, someone that can use psionic, even minimal psionic signals to control different things. In this case, the swarm missiles, as well as some of the other systems in this case. However, there's been some extensions to it that we didn't exactly perceive. Mainly the mind linking that's been happening. Have you been experiencing things together? You and Latricia, I mean. Like, simultaneously, almost.
Yes.
Latricia nods. Mm-hmm. Okay. This makes sense if you were to connect just to the unit. But, based on some of our system checks and things, and also some of the ship's own monitoring, you've been exhibiting these symptoms even outside the unit now. We don't know what that means. It's
Did
what...
you just say even outside of the unit?
Yes.
Wait a
I
minute.
mean, I kind of
You
mind
know-
link with everyone because I taught psychically.
No. What I mean is full-on sensations. There's a chance you might start feeling things relative to each other when they're experiencing them.
Like, also personality-wise as well?
We don't know the extent. That's what I mean.
You know, I'm starting to realize. She's looking at Crow now. Hey, Crow, have you been feeling rather sassy?
Because like, yeah, why'd you ask?
I've been noticing that from you, from like after we got to Inquan, you know? So it started to sound like me for some reason. It's not like confident boosting. It's more like, and yeah, like from earlier, you guys said that I'm like losing track on things. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crow's kind of like, or Crow kind of be like, I guess I kind of remember that, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
Bruce like,
Oh, please
no,
don't tell me I'm.
Rich is like, we'll get to you. That's, but yes, both of you. It seems like both of pairs are exhibiting those brainwaves functions from what we were testing. We need to see. We want to monitor this more closely as well. I don't believe that it will hurt you, but there might be some oddities you all begin feeling in regards to your own sensations. How would I put it? Imagine in a situation as if you're... How would I put it? Imagine if one of you thinks apples, the other one might feel the sensation to eat an apple. Or find an apple, or whatever. We don't know what correlates to what the sensation is and what the outcome is yet. But if we can figure that out, we might be able to figure out how to fix it, so to speak.
And what happens if it goes unchanged, exactly?
We don't know. Unfortunately, we don't know. I imagine it wouldn't meld your minds together, but it might make certain thoughts... How would I put this? You might have some... I won't want to call them damages, but you might have some alterations to your psyche that make you change certain habits, or adopt, I guess would be the accurate term, certain habits that others might have.
If me and Latricia are gonna mind meld together, can Latricia melt on my mind instead of I'm minding on Latricia's mind?
It seems to go back and forth. It's not exactly in control of one or the other.
I don't want to mind melt my depression on Latricia.
I don't think that's... Well, I guess that could be transferred. Again, we're in an unknown area here. Even I'm very new to the idea of, like, of NLDs and things. I've, of course, studied it back when I was a Draken engineer, but even I wasn't fully accustomed to it. This is all stuff I'm learning new. It's technology. I wish I could consult a Garan engineer of some kind, or an Eidolon Psyotech for even, of course. They would know more about how this stuff functions. I'm sure they could even figure out an appropriate way to adjust it so that you wouldn't have to experience these extreme things. But besides the point, we don't think that it's... I don't want to say it's unsafe to use the unit, and we're not going to pull you off the unit, of course. But just keep that in mind. Both of you, or full of you, I should say. Another thing, in Nameless's files, we found something, I guess you could say encrypted. We're still trying to figure it out. Nameless's designation, I believe, it's a bit funky, but Draken... How would I put this? Nameless has been somewhat of a black sheep in the Draken's development history. It was a prototype unit that was redeveloped or found during an excavation in Dogma. Draken couldn't really put use to the unit, and eventually, through some methods I'm not exactly sure, Lyshishka managed to get the unit from Draken, with the purpose of trading them information of after its testing and such. Of course, Latricia was seemed to be one of the primary and best pilots for it at the time, so it was not seen as an issue. Of course, especially with Latricia's history, we'll say, with Dogma and the military, it was not deemed as a problem. However, there are multiple things. There are whispers I've heard, Draken becoming more interested in the Nameless unit once more, which got me curious as to what they could be wanting from it. Obviously, we're giving them data, so there must be something in the data we're giving them that's making them more interested in Nameless once more. Well, I don't know. Nameless's classification, there's a strange... And let me just... He kind of pulls up something, and he'll show you a screen, and he will thrust the... I don't remember what Nameless's full designation is, but I believe it's EXO00DRK 001 Nameless, I think is the name. And he says, this first part here, the other things that's fine. The DRK, Draken, etc. This EX number, or EX numeral, we haven't found I haven't seen a single unit. I've been looking through the guilds, Noblas. I've been looking through Memorem. No unit has this designation. Not even other vanguards, from what I've seen. Quan doesn't have it. Assumedly the information we got received from Audila Enterprises about the Change-In, it doesn't have it. This designation seems to be specific to this vanguard unit. And I think that's why they're interested, because that's one of the last files that they seem to have been pointed about. The reason I'm telling you this, there are concerns that Draken might try to repurpose or retake Nameless. In the event of that, we are discussing ways on how to adequately hide Nameless, we'll say. I'm not sure if Lyshishka knows something that I'm unaware of, but Lyshishka seemed very hesitant to get them to receive this back. So, I guess for me, I was wondering, have any of you that have... He kind of looks at Latricia and Apani. Have either of you experienced anything odd? Well, of course you have. Have any of you noted something in the system about this EX designation, or any strange abilities that Nameless seems to have that seems new or something? Activated recently. Latricia kind of just shakes her head, Bonnie. Okay, he kind of says, we'll have to keep digging then. That leads us to you. He looks over at Crow and Emiko.
Oh.
Now, yours isn't a system issue. Yours is another issue. Altogether. Apani, roll me an instinctual, please.
Okay.
As you guys walk over towards Quan, or Brish takes you towards Quan, he's like, so, this is something this is something I'd like for you to see. He pulls up the screen again, and he says, now do you see this section? And he points over to like a section on the side of the panel of the chest that was, you remember it was damaged severely. He says, now look, you see there's no damages here, right?
Yeah.
Now of course, we applied repairs and things to your units. However, look at this. He puts on the screen. It seems like it's a little, like, kind of mini recording. And when he does, you can see what looks... You can see it's like a video of a section of Nameless. Probably the section you're looking at. They put a panel... They started putting panels there, and then they started, like... You could see Brishk or one of the other workers started welding it. And then you can hear someone say, They kind of like leave for a second to do something, and then as they leave, or after they leave for a moment, the panel just starts to kind of meld into the material, and you can see those weird glowing like lines, almost like veins, begin to expand across the material. And then
Same thing like we saw back during the
Yup.
operation, right?
Like during the
Where we were
operation.
saying it,
Yep. And it then starts to change the mass and the form of it, and then it just conforms back to the regular color and everything of it. And the guy comes back, he's like, what's this? He's like, I don't remember adding the paint or anything, and I don't even think I shaped it. Brish, could you come over here for a second? And Brish, you can hear them, he's like, what seems to be the problem? He's like, did this unit already get fixed? I just added did someone come over and finish carving the panel? It's like, no, I believe. The guy's like, then he's like, then why is it like this? And Brish, you can see, he comes in, he's like, let me see something. And he's kind of looking, he's like, what is this structure? That's odd. And the video cuts, he says, and Brish turns over, he's like, now, I've been studying a lot of Nameless's materials. How do I put this? What do you received Nameless from your grandfather, correct? From the Alto and...
Yeah.
Okay.
My grandfather and his unit and his group, yes.
The only reason I ask is I took a small sample of the materials that Quan is made of. And it seems like a regular material, nothing's wrong with it. However, when added back to the unit, and you can see he takes like a little small cut, you can see like cube something, a sliver, I'd say, and then like place it back on Nameless, you can see he adds like a little bit of heat. And it welds it on, and you can see after a couple minutes it just kind of starts to slowly, almost liquefy, dissolve in, and just be absorbed into the unit. That right there. It seems you would think it's some type of auto repair function, which I think is the case, but it's more than that. This isn't... What did you get, by the way, in your check? 11. This isn't like a regular repair. Repair functions, you can have drones come out, weld things together, even during combat, things like that. Little, small machines and such. This is acting like an organism would. Like a wound healing, if you would.
Kind of like whenever you drink like a potion, like stabbing yourself with skin, it heals back up.
It heals back up.
Yeah.
Seals minor wounds and things like that. The reason I ask, Nameless's materials, I'm still doing tests on them. They don't seem too different, but something has to be in the unit's design or in materials or system, something that is allowing this.
Rich,
Yes?
I need to ask you something. Did you ever test with blood? Any flesh material?
Did we ever what, sorry?
Blood.
Blood.
Fluid. Flesh.
No, we didn't. Why would we add flesh?
I don't know. I just thought about that, and looking at that, I don't know why.
I suppose we could try. I'm not sure. I guess we could try sticking it and heating it up to it. Sure, we can do that over the night.
I'm just like testing a theory. Just testing a theory out.
Chris is
Just
like,
wanna
we
be
can do
sure.
that momentarily. In any case, Quan is not... I don't want to say that they're not helpful. It's not that they... It's that they don't know. We asked them about if they knew what they were made of, and they said that they can't access that information. We were going to call... Halanaya, but... Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get in touch with them right now. But don't worry, we don't believe anything's wrong. It's just the usual transmission times and things like that. A lot of this area isn't fully set up yet. So we imagine that will come quickly, once that's done. That is if Halanaya can even tell us over the comms.
If they want to willing to like tell us the secrets, even then, without no one like hearing. Who knows?
It's just something that I want you to be aware of. And we'll try that meat test later, and I'll get you back information once we know. Though I don't imagine that anything strange will happen. Well, in any case,
Interesting.
that was all I wanted to tell all four of you. You're all dismissed.
Well then.
Now, if you excuse me, I am on
As
leave.
we like head out. Yeah. Your girl, right? I hope Gwen doesn't like she like makes the motion to her crouch like.
Don't worry, that will not happen. Besides, I believe that Bruce said he would keep an eye on Gwendolyn so that she didn't try anything experimental, as he put it. Any case,
Right,
yes.
right.
We will speak
Okay.
with. We will see you in the
Also,
morning.
congrats on the baby.
He looks over at Pawnee.
You did accidentally respond out loud.
Oh, right, I did. He kind of
I
blushes a
didn't
bit.
expose the secret.
Uh,
They're not saying.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. And then she'll head out.
Bonnie pats him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
He kind of nods to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think Imika will look at Crow and guess I got you a little distractedness, I guess, in me now.
Crow looks
Oh,
over. He's like,
boy.
what?
Yeah. Ever since now I know that Quan's like basically merging our like consciousness together, I guess. Now I'm a bit distracted, I guess. And I got you to thank. He's squinting at Crow now.
I'm glad it wasn't me keeping merged because I look white is different. And I fear having sadness.
Crow's like, yeah, I guess it's fair. The two pair of calls will get stuck together. Does that mean I'm gonna start hearing Imiko's inner voice or whatever the hell?
Yeah, likewise as well.
Great.
Also, do you feel assertive, confident, Crow?
I kind of thinks. I mean, I feel like how I normally feel. I guess a bit of some new things, like, hungry. What other things?
Horny.
He looks over to you. He just sighs.
He's
He
like,
continues.
Smart.
My annoyance is still present.
Yeah, that's good.
Strange,
Well, either
violent
way,
urges.
and-
He looks over at you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's me.
Great. He just sighs. It's more what I.
Looks like we got everything we needed. Or probably not needed.
Well,
Either
I'm
way.
heading to bed. I will see you guys. I'll see you all in the room.
Of course. You take it and you rest up. I'm gonna be sparring with that big guy.
And Trisha says, "No, you're going to bed."
Are y'all ready to
No, I'm not going to bed. You won't make me.
group consciousness?
She.
Sounds so exciting.
Crow's ears perk up when you say that.
What was that?
I said Crow's ears perk up when Apani says that, and is trying to contain certain things, but he is resisting. He is not resisting well. Thank you, Imiko.
Yeah. Imiko probably like would notice that. It's like, aha! You do got the horniness from me.
He like turns around, blushing. He's like, "Shut up." Are you psychic communicating with Crow?
Yeah.
Look at his ears.
You hear like, look, it's, I don't know. I've been having thoughts. She just always lives very like sadly.
I'm
Uh,
having
It seems
thought.
a little different. Trisha, how do you feel?
You talking out loud or talking to?
I'm probably cycling communicates with Trisha.
Okay. Trisha says,
Yeah.
I feel about the same, though I have noticed something. How would I put it? Memories?
Well, don't tell me what the rules are.
I don't think they're mine.
Because I don't want to be reminded of it.
Okay. Have you had any memories of mine? Not yet. Well, that will definitely change after the night. Funny enough.
Well, I told Patricia.
Maybe it's delayed?
Potentially.
In any case, I'm sure hopefully it's fine. I don't think Nameless is trying to hurt us or anything.
Nah,
I don't think
probably
it's
unintentional.
I don't know how good it is for us to become one big hive.
I wonder. I don't know if it's trying to make us a hive mind. Maybe cohesion. Synchronicity?
Actually.
Considering how an NLD works, usually it's connecting your nervous system directly to the unit, which can be dangerous, but it also gives you the most feedback. Another way of saying it, you're synchronized with the unit. That's why you can perform much more adept actions and skill with it than, a person using just piloting regularly or even using an MNLS.
Interesting.
So I guess the concept's the same. Maybe it's trying to do that, but because we're two piloting, but with two people as well.
Yeah. That could be.
Well, in any case, I'm sure Brisk will figure it out and how to map it better.
Yeah. Could be.
Bedtime we go then. She'll start walking. Crow continues walking as well. Latricia kind of catches up with him and just like pokes him on the side with her tail. He looks up and she just kind of leans her head on him a bit as they walk.
I think Imiko's probably gotta be sidled up next to him and lightly punches Crow on the side.
He's like,
He just leans
hey.
in.
He sighs and he just puts an arm around your shoulder. Crow kind of looks back. He's like, Apani, you coming?
Yeah.
He nods. And that will be where the session will end. So, like I said, it's a short one today, so thank you all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Of course, if you would like to leave a comment, that would help us out a great deal. Leave a comment about your favorite spot in the session, and please let it not be the one involving piss. Anyway, aside of that, yes, if you'd like to, of course, follow Dreamforge, if it's on the YouTube channel, of course, you can hit the notification bell after you've subscribed to the channel so you can get notified for all of our content as released. And of course, leave a like as it helps our videos as well. If you'd like to try and look at some of the content or if you'd like to try to play Dreamforge yourself or look at some of our other content as it pertains to art and other things like that, you can do so by going into the description box below, where you can find our Discord link for our community, where we manage everyone, of course, that would like to try Dreamforge and just chat around and play games and such. And you can also find all of our other socials on there as well if you want to see some of the art and updates and development and that type of stuff. In any case, once again, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next session when the party, hopefully, is introduced to their new party member and begins Operation Reclaiming Icon. See you next time.